Oh, hi.
Happy Webvember, everybody.
Happy Webvember.
Happy Webvember.
Thank you. Webvember.
Thank you to the anonymous person who already donated $20 for Webvember. Hey,
Rock.
if you enjoy what we do here, consider donating to St. Jude, which is why we do Webvember. Plus, November, it's like we've got a busy holiday season ahead of us. So what better time to learn cool stuff, especially today, because we are going to be learning lots of psychology stuff. In fact, as I was putting this webinar together, I was surprised by how much fun psychology, like little stories and things and studies that I was able to incorporate in. So if you're one of those people who really likes hearing all the little fun psychological stories that I sprinkle in different studies, you're really going to like this one. We've got a little bit of news before we get started. Hello.
We're getting divorced.
76 viewers. We're getting divorced, are we?
No.
Oh.
Said you had a little bit of news.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're getting divorced. We're not getting divorced. We are actually going out right after the Friday Bean ends to hang out in a cabin in the woods in celebration of our 15-year wedding anniversary, which was last month, but I waited too long to book a cabin and we had to wait a month.
What does the I hate say? I hate the government.
With a cute little bunny. I told him, I'm like, you realize they're only going to see I hate.
It's okay. It's enough.
And a cute little bunny. I was like, you know what? You are in the military. You have every right to hate the government. All right. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to get right started because
you don't want to wait like a couple seconds till our viewers actually get here? Well, you can start reading this. This usually makes people leave anyway.
Well, I was going to say I got news.
Yeah, go ahead and do this. People don't care about this anymore.
Don't say that. Thank you, Fatty Pancake, for donating. Yeah, let's just
fudge it.
Yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just get started. Okay, so Webvember. Today is obviously November 7th. Make sure that you take a screenshot of this if you haven't had the opportunity to do so. This is our Webvember schedule and the actual streams. If you go to the homepage of my YouTube channel, you can do that right below this video on the left-hand side. You can see my name, Starla and Marc. You can click that. And you can actually set to notify you if you have YouTube notifications. Basically, if you have the YouTube app, you can set it to notify you when I'm about to stream. So those live streams are already all set up. But next week, we're going to be doing the science of holiday conversion. So getting people to actually add things to their cart and check out. Holiday customer service survival lab. So this is going to be talking about angry customers and how to avoid them and what to do if you get one. And then on Black Friday, we are doing our annual Black Friday Lifeline. We've been doing this for around 5-6 years now, where we make ourselves available during the busiest holiday shopping day of the year so that if you need help, if you have questions, you're able to ask us things. December 1st, Handmade Alpha Academy enrollment's going to open. Make sure that you mark that on your calendars. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then in celebration of that, December 1st through the 5th, that is our most anticipated streams of the year. We only do this twice a year when HAA is open for enrollment. We do our critique week. Basically, we stream every single day, same time as the Friday Bean, noon Eastern, and we do Etsy shop critiques live from the chat. So we do those for an hour every day. Feel free to tune in for those. Even if your shop doesn't get picked, you still can learn a lot. And then going into December 12th, I've got a list of naughty and nice things. Basically, if things that can get you on Etsy's naughty list. And then December 19th, I highly recommend that you attend our annual Alpha Holiday Party. We don't do anything educational that day. Well, I guess it's a little educational. We sprinkle some Etsy stuff in there, but for the most part, we play silly games and we give away some prizes. So grab your screenshots now so that you can mark these on your calendar. All right, so we do Webvember. We started them last year and they were just so much fun and everyone loved them so much that we're hopefully going to make this a tradition. And we do them to help raise money for St. Jude. We're hoping to get that charity that you'll find down right below the chat. We're hoping to get that up to $7,000 by January. We're going to run this charity throughout the holidays, and it'll be attached to every single live stream. So if you enjoy what we do here, if you enjoy the fact that we're here literally every single Friday live, please consider donating.
Please donate.
We are also bringing back last year's Alpha Angels Holiday Help Initiative. You guys might have noticed that in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community pinned to the top of our Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, you can either search Handmade Alpha on Facebook to join. You want the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, or down in the video description. Basically, this is a holiday help initiative where if you need something this holiday season, if you can't afford to buy things for your children for Christmas, or if, you know, especially now, if you need help buying essentials or food, what you can do is leave a wish list on the thread. I think that I'm recommending like up to $40 to $50, I think, because, you know, the higher it gets, the harder it gets for someone to accommodate you. But add your wish list there. There's a bunch of rules that you got to read through to participate, but basically we will have alphas in the group who are willing to volunteer to pay for that wish list for you. Last year, every single wish list that was posted was purchased. So what we need are also individuals who are willing to help out. If you've got a little extra cash to spare this holiday season and someone needs something, please consider following that thread and keeping an eye on it so that we can help those who might need that extra help this season as well. And then everybody who buys gifts for the Alpha Angels initiative, if you are an Alpha Angel and you volunteer to purchase something, all of those individuals are going to be put in a drawing to win something. I don't know what yet, but you're going to win something during our annual Alpha holiday party, and you do not have to attend live to win. I'll just notify you on Facebook if for any reason you get picked and you're not there live. But this worked so well last year, so please consider checking that out. I also want to announce, in case you missed it, last month I unveiled a brand new Patreon account, which is super duper affordable. If you guys want some extra tidbits from me, I'm creating tons of really cool stuff. Our alpha patrons have enjoyed it so far. Basically, you guys probably know this already, but if not, I do not accept paid sponsorships here on my channel. There are literally thousands of dollars of sponsorships in my inbox every single week from people who want me to promote random things like Audible and NordVPN and Magic Spoon and all, you know, all the ones that most YouTubers promote. If I recommend something here on YouTube, I want to do it because it's something that I use and it's something that I love, not because somebody paid me to do it. So instead of accepting those paid sponsorships, I'm allowing you guys to become my sponsors. And when you become my sponsor, if you choose to, you get some cool stuff in return. So as of right now, oh man, I didn't update this. I should have updated this. There's a couple people who didn't get added. But this is an almost list of our sponsors. We have 3 different tiers. Our trend...
So many already. We love you guys.
Oh, and I think that there's probably like 5 that didn't make the list because I didn't get this updated in time. But I promise I will get it updated for next week. We have our trend trackers, our alpha insiders, and then our awesome Alpha Gold Star members. The tiers are super affordable. I wanted to make them just, you know, really easy to choose from. $5 for Trend Tracker. That gets you our trend guides and news and additional insights. Alpha Insider, that gets you Canva templates, plus everything that comes with Trend Tracker. And then the Alpha Gold Star members, that's like just for the price of a Grand Slam breakfast, you get the opportunity to get your shop critiqued. We're doing shop critique roulettes. We're doing, I pick shops every month to feature, and I explain why the shops are awesome. And then I offer those shops a tip to, you know, one up their business. So Mr. Moore, can you put the Patreon link in the chat?
Yes, ma'am.
I totally forgot to put it in the description. Guys, if you're interested in checking that out, it helps us so much when you pledge to the Patreon. Again, this allows us to do what we do here and expand upon what we do and grow. And I have to pay Michelle, who is also creating some awesome stuff for the Alpha Patreon. Mark's going to add the link in there for you guys, and you can compare the tiers, because I probably did a terrible job of telling you what's included, but my brain is just frazzled today. So please consider checking it out. November incentives are slow dripping out. They are coming. Some things have already released, but they will drip out throughout the month. You can still get all of the October incentives as well, but the November Trends Digest just released. But Canva templates are about to release. There's a ton of those for the holiday season. You guys are also getting a cyber sale holiday checklist to get your shops ready for the holiday seasons. November Shop Roulette. That is our critique thread. That's already been posted. And you guys are also getting a really great graphics pack that I actually photographed all of the assets myself and subtracted the backgrounds and added shadows. And I didn't use the Canva background remover. I hand removed the background so they would be HD perfect 4K crisp. It is the greatest holiday graphics pack ever, and you'll be getting all that. So yeah, if you guys want all this stuff, all you got to do is join the Patreon. And lastly, Handmade Alpha Academy will be opening December 1st for enrollment. If you want all the good stuff that Starla and Marc has, if you want the ability to ask for my help literally at any time, you can email me. If you want a step-by-step A to Z, follow the steps, steppity step. I can't talk today. This is my self-paced Etsy coaching program. It's a 9-module coaching program. You can, oh man, that OBS thing is going to drive me crazy. Let me go back. There we go. It'll start over. You can complete it on your own time. Once you join, you get lifetime access. I also provide you with 12 months of eRank Pro. There are 0 upsells within the program. I try to include every single thing that you could possibly need. You also get Christina Nicole's Product Photography Essentials Workshop. That is a $300 course on its own that is included with your membership. You get annual access to our Alpha Holiday Boot Camp, so every single year. And all of the stuff that I mentioned for the Patreon, the Trends Digest and the Canva templates and all that, HAA students also get all of that. And for those who are in HAA, I will be sending all of those incentives out once they have all released to Patreon, because I want to send them all in one big email. So I know I had a couple HAA students asking when those are going to release. I want to be able to send them in one big bundle. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're ready to start. Is everybody good?
Let's start.
Okay. Everybody's good? Michelle is well worth it alone. Aw, I love Michelle. Michelle has been kicking butt coming up with some ideas for downloads for the Patreon. She's working on some stuff for us. So Michelle, for those who don't know, is my virtual assistant. She helps me with my public inbox and things like that, and coming up with ideas. And she will go through my comments and see what my most requested video topics are. So Michelle is absolutely awesome. All right, let's get into the bulk of our topic. If you guys are taking notes, right now is the time to grab your pen or your pencil or your notepad or whatever you use to take notes with. Creating forever customers. I really love this topic because marketing experts say that 80% of our sales should come from 20% of our customers. So 80% of your sales should be coming primarily from repeat buyers. And today you're going to learn how to do that, but you're also going to learn why that is so important. Now, obviously, there are some industries where that gets a little bit harder, like weddings. It's very unlikely that people who are getting married are doing it multiple times. I mean, you probably are, but hopefully they're spread out enough that you're not becoming a repeat purchaser. But there are some strategies when it comes to having those individuals share your work or tell their friends or recommend you when, their besties are getting married. So everything can be adaptable. So first of all, the psychology of repeat buyers, which is my favorite part of this entire topic. Human behavior is entirely predictable. For those of you who have read Dan Ariely's Predictably Irrational, it is my favorite psychology book, and I think that every single business owner should read it. In fact, I think every single person should read it, because when you become aware of the things that your brain does on its own, without your knowledge or permission, you're able to more easily catch yourself or catch when marketing tactics are being used against you. So really interesting stuff. We'll get into a little bit more of that in a few minutes. But for the most part, what today is going to be about is understanding those psychological patterns so that you can help to guide the decision-making process within your customers. If you can understand the patterns that their brains are going to go through, you can help to guide them in the direction that you want them to, which is what marketing is. You're trying to guide them into choosing you. So there are 3 psychological principles that I think are super relevant to the topic. There are a lot of psychological principles when it comes to marketing, but these in particular, when it comes to actually bringing customers back to buy again and again, are the most prominent and the ones that you're going to be using the very most. So first of all, understanding the dopamine trust loop is extremely important. Our brains we love dopamine, and dopamine guides our decision making for all things. So when customers have that great experience with you, when they absolutely loved their purchase, when you gave them great customer service, when they opened your package and you had all those extras and that beautiful packaging and all the inserts and maybe like a little piece of candy or a magnet or a sticker or whatever extras you offer, their brain releases dopamine and it makes them want to repeat that purchase or that behavior. Obviously, this is with all human behavior, but we're associating it with purchases. Now, can you guys name any occasions when this trigger backfires? Because this guides all decision making. When we have something that we like, when we do something we enjoy, our brain releases dopamine and it makes us want to repeat that. There are a lot of times in our lives when this happens when it shouldn't. For example, maybe when we drink a little too much alcohol and that was so much fun, let's do it again and let's do it again and let's do it again. And then, oh, now I'm an alcoholic. Oh, I'm going to go gambling. It'll be so much fun. And then I'm going to do it again and I'm going to do it again and I'm going to do it again. And oh crap, now I have a gambling addiction. So obviously the dopamine system, it's not perfect. It rewards behavior we enjoy, whether or not that behavior is good for us. It can cause us to eat way too much of our kids' Halloween candy. It can cause us to make some bad decisions, but becoming aware of it, it does help you to control those decisions a little bit better. So again, this is where reading psychology books really does help because it helps you get a handle on your own dopamine system. Predictably Irrational is my favorite, so I highly recommend that book to everyone. Okay, so the mere exposure effect. This is one that you're going to say, that's not me, but it totally is. The more someone sees your brand, the more they like it. This is so true, and we don't think it's true, but it's totally true. I hate Crocs. I hate them. I've always hated them. They were literally used in Idiocracy before they were a trendy brand. They were used to basically represent what stupid, ugly shoes of the future might look like. Everyone knows they're ugly. They're hideous. I hate them. Guess what? I wear my Crocs everywhere. I said to myself, I will never own Crocs. I won't do it. You can't make me. I will not wear these ugly, awful rubber bath shoes. And then Mark and I had a music festival and I bought a pair to use as shower shoes, and
Then she wore them as actual shoes for the festival, and we both determined that they're the best shoes on earth. So
it's a vicious cycle because I was exposed to them so much and I saw everybody else wearing them and they were for sale everywhere. And then now I buy cute little Croc charms for them because I was merely exposed to these hideous shoes. I'm embarrassed to say I wear them everywhere. So the more someone sees your brand, the more they like it. But think about that. How can someone see your brand more often? This is where social media and things like that come in. So for example, one that we can all relate to, Coca-Cola, they don't need to reach new people. They don't need to market to find new people who have never had Coca-Cola. Everyone's had Coca-Cola. We all know what it tastes like. They could stop running commercials today and it would not hurt their brand at all, right? They do it to retain their people. They do it to remind people, hey, we exist. We're going to expose you to our brand. And then someone sees it and they think to themselves, you know what sounds really good right now is a Coke. I'm going to run to the fridge and I'm going to grab myself a Coke. So this is one of those examples that we experience in our day-to-day life. It is a type of ad that does not need to run for the purpose that most ads run. Most ads run to expose an audience, a new audience, to a product that they've never tried. Everybody's had Coca-Cola. We all know what it tastes like. They don't need to market to us to draw new people in. They just need to make us crave it and make us want one at a time when we otherwise might not have. They are maintaining their brand authority. Another great example is product placement. We see it all over the place, even when we don't think that we do. Apparently, I haven't seen I've seen the first I think I've seen first and second Transformers movies, and I think that's it. This was Transformers 4. And when I was doing research for this slide, apparently Transformers 4 got a lot of backlash from the amount of product placement that was in it. Like, people were actually angry. But
it's huge.
Right. Product placement does work. In fact, when the first Transformers movie came out, everybody wanted a yellow Camaro so they could look like, Bumblebee. So it does influence our purchase behavior, but it does so even when we're not aware that it's doing it. What Transformers is doing here, way too bold. This is too blunt. This is too much, right? But like in the first movie where it's just really subtle, here's a car, here's a cool car. Oh, somebody's sitting and they happen to crack open a Coca-Cola. That's a nice subtle bit of product placement. Now, our brain makes connections without our knowledge all the time. There was a really fun study done, but before I get into that study, I want to try this study on you. I've got a picture here for you to look at. Hopefully, if you know what the study is, don't ruin the fun. Look at this picture and let me know, do you have any brand associations with this photo? And if you don't want to out yourself, you can just, say yes. But if you want to say what you think this brand association is, let's see. How is Starla Moore typing in the chat when Starla Moore isn't even here?
Right here.
Anybody? Anybody got it? Can anybody get it? I honestly hope that you can't. Yes. Camel.
Cigarettes.
Yes. Yes, cigarettes. Okay, so they did an experiment where they took a bunch of smokers. This experiment goes really deep. They also showed them pictures of smokers' lungs, nasty, nasty lungs, to try to get them to stop smoking. And it made them want to smoke more. It completely failed. Looking at pictures of yucky lungs does not make a smoker want to stop smoking. It makes them crave cigarettes. There's a huge study on that. But part of that study was they sat people down and they just showed them pictures. They showed them completely innocent pictures and they told them that the study was about something else. They didn't even associate the study with smoking at all. They had people who smoked, but they did not tell them that it was a study about smoking. And they just showed them a picture of a camel. And then they showed them a picture of some pyramids. And those people started craving cigarettes just from seeing images like a camel.
That's why
and
they
pyramids.
made the Mummy.
What?
The Mummy.
No.
Pyramids.
No, it's not.
It was a big cigarette ad.
So that is our brain literally wiring brand imagery to a trigger. Now, this is not something that we want to do with our marketing. Obviously, we don't want to get our people helplessly addicted to our POD t-shirts and, whatever it is that we sell. But it just goes to show how strong those connections are, even when we don't realize how strong they are. And I've got a couple more really fun examples, but this is the one that I thought was just the most bizarre to me. And it worked because several of you saw this picture and you immediately knew what it was. So moving on to our second principle is the cognitive ease principle. Basically, the decision to come back to buy again feels easy because the hard part already happened. The hard part is finding your shop, reading your reviews, looking through your pictures, deciding if you're trustworthy, weighing, oh, should I buy it? Should I not? Should I buy from this seller or that seller? But once you've bought from that seller and you realize, oh, okay, this was good. I like this seller. They did a good job. I love the product. It's easy to come back. The hard part's already over. Getting someone to come back to buy again is way easier than getting them to buy the first time. So cognitive ease principle, once you've made one decision, making that second decision is super easy. Just like toilet paper. We don't all go buy different brands of toilet paper every time we shop. No, we picked our brand at one point, and now every time we go to the store, it's easy. We don't have to think about any of the other brands. We pick the one that we know we like, and we come back to that type again and again. We're like that with a lot of products. And sometimes we even get mad if the type we like isn't there. Mark and I are like that. We like Coffee Mate Coconut Creamer. And God forbid they don't have Coffee Mate Coconut Creamer because
oh my God,
that is our absolute favorite creamer.
Now the Italian sweet cream is pretty good too.
That is pretty good. So our brain is wired for loss aversion. Basically, that just means that our brain is wired to avoid pain and seek pleasure. It wants the dopamine. So everything that we do is wired to avoiding pain, seeking pleasure. Shopping from someone again, making a second purchase from someone, we know that we're going to be happy with that experience because we've already had a good experience in the past. Now, obviously, you can destroy that if on the second time they buy, you make that experience really bad. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and you thought, man, this is so good, I'm going to go back. And then you go back a second time and the food sucks and you're like, oh, man, then you don't go there anymore. So, like I said, winning trust once, that's hard. There's several layers of decisions that you have to break through when it comes to that customer deciding to buy from you. But winning trust twice, that's super easy because they already know that they can trust you. So just make sure that you nurture that level of trust. Once somebody has made a purchase from you, you want to make sure that they have the best experience possible. We'll talk a little bit more about how you can make that possible here in just a few minutes. So how do you use all of these concepts? We've had 3 really interesting psychological concepts. How can you actually incorporate them into an Etsy shop? So first of all, you want to make sure that you are maintaining your brand authority. And this is probably one of the biggest flaws that I see from Etsy shops when we do our shop critiques. We want to keep our visuals cohesive. That means having established branding, using the same colors across your branding, your shop photo, your shop banner. If you have little insert cards and things that you incorporate into your packaging, all of those need to be cohesive. The tone of your brand. So that is how you speak, how you post on social media, how you talk to your customers. Are you friendly? Are you short? Are you super silly? Being cohesive in that. And making sure that your packaging is consistent. If I order something from you and it is packaged super cute and it's got a bow and some little inserts and it's in a pretty little gift box and you've gift wrapped it and I love the experience and I come back to buy from you again, but then the second time I come back, you send me something in like wadded up newspaper, that is going to make me not ever want to shop from you again because I'm going to feel like, oh man, I've just been cheated. So you want to make sure that you are remaining consistent in all of those things. Fun psychological study with Tiffany & Co. By the way, I have an awful Tiffany & Co. story to tell you guys. If you remind me at the end, I will tell it. And it's super embarrassing. I did not realize how expensive Tiffany & Co. was. I had no idea. I'm apparently ignorant. I mean, I've seen Tiffany & Co. things, but I'll tell you guys later. But basically, for those who aren't aware, Tiffany & Co., very fancy jewelry, very expensive. They did a study where they wired women up to heart rate monitors. and they handed them Tiffany & Co. boxes. Those Tiffany & Co. boxes were empty. There wasn't even anything in them. They were just the blue boxes. But the women's heart rates went up by 20% because those women knew that blue box, what it represented. That color immediately triggered their heart rates to spike. That's insane. A color did that. An empty box did that. There is so much power behind amazing branding, fantastic presentation, and cohesive color palettes. Again, and if you really enjoy like this aspect of it and the psychology of colors and branding, that's primarily what Handmade Alpha Academy is. I cover all this psychological stuff. You guys are getting like an appetizer today, but HAA is a marketing psychology course primarily. Anyway, next up, we want to follow up with some friendly, low pressure messages, thank you notes. You know, if they place an order with you, drop them a message. Say, hey, thanks for your purchase. I really appreciate you supporting my small business. I'll be shipping it out in 2 days. I'll let you know when it ships, or, you know, you can just say, I'll be shipping it soon. I just wanted to message you and thank you for your business. Or write them a little handwritten thank you note to slip in their package and make it personal. You know, that extra step, it means so much, and it can really encourage these repeat buyers. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Start now. Pre-write those suckers. Like, write out those notes now. Or write one, scan it, print it, and then just sign it at the bottom when you actually ship it. There is so much power in giving that handwritten experience to a customer. So everybody is always concerned about, oh, star seller badge, and how do I get an Etsy's pick badge, or oh, will a bestseller badge help me get more sales? Don't worry about any of those. The number one badge that you need to have is the invisible badge called trust. That trust badge is the thing that's going to make people buy. That trust badge is the thing that's going to make people come back to buy again and again. And you will make more money from those returning customers than you will those one-time buyers. So yes, it's cool if you have Star Seller or an Etsy's Pick badge or a bestseller badge, but don't focus so much on achieving those badges. Focus more on developing trust by putting in that little bit of extra effort. Also remembering the marketing rule of 7. I talk about this one a lot. A potential customer needs to encounter a brand's message, whether that be social media posts, email list marketing, an Instagram story, an Instagram reel, an ad, whatever it may be. A potential customer needs to encounter a brand's message at least 7 times before they take action. Now, this is an average. Obviously, not every single customer needs to see your brand 7 times. But for the most part, if we see a brand online that we like, we'll follow them. And we'll keep an eye on it, you know? We'll watch more of their reels. We'll look at their stories. We'll check out some of the posts that they've made. And then over time, trust develops. And that's when they will eventually make that purchase. So making sure that you're creating lots of ways for them to see your messaging. This is why social media marketing is so effective. This is why being consistent in your social media is so effective. Okay, so moving on, that is the purchase psychology side. But what about after they make the purchase? We want them to come back. We don't just want them to buy once. Remember that return customer is going to be way more valuable than the one-time customer. So how can we get them to come back? And how can we make sure that we're controlling the very, very best of their customer experience? So think about the peak end rule. This one is one that we apply to everything. If we go on vacation, if we order at a restaurant, whatever it may be. People judge an experience not by the entire process, but how it ended. Just how it ended. It's the end that dictates whether or not you have a great experience. For example, if you go on vacation and you have a great jolly old time, but the last day of your vacation is an absolute nightmare, you're going to say, man, my vacation sucked. Like my whole vacation was ruined. Because it was how it ended that primarily influenced your entire experience. So we really need to focus on controlling the end. When you control the end, you control the entire experience. The end is the most important thing to the customer. Getting that package in the mail and opening it is the most important thing to the customer. So for us, delivered, that's the end. It's in their mailbox. So the things that can help contribute to that, shipping it quickly. Don't print out your shipping label and then wait 6 days to actually ship it after they already got the notification that it's shipping. Make sure that you're following the deadlines that you set. If you can offer some cool packaging, it's pretty cheap. There's all kinds of things that you can buy, even on eBay. I got all my packaging supplies on eBay. I got cute little silk baggies, wedding favor bags for my jewelry. Wasn't very expensive. I bought them in like bulk sets of 500 for, I think I paid like $30, and they lasted me like a year per order. And a warm thank you. So however that may be, if you've got to print that warm thank you, I used to handwrite them when I first started my business. My first business, it's not open anymore, but I used to handwrite all my thank you cards. And then later I created a thank you business card that would go inside their package. And it had a super smiley, cheese in it picture of me with my little girl, who was a toddler at the time, with our faces like scrunched together, all cute. And, oh, thank you so much for supporting my small business. I think it said something like, when you shop small, you support a real person, or I had something like that on there. But the fact that they open that package and the first thing that they see is me, big old smile, and my little girl, big old smile, it creates those warm, fuzzy feelings. And they realize, oh, I just supported a small business, not just, a corporate company. So this kind of ties into that whole, like, you need to make sure that every point of contact with your customers is a positive experience, because it only takes one bad experience, one cold message, one time, purchasing from you, maybe they're a repeat buyer, but you got lazy on their third order and you didn't package it as cute as you normally do. Suddenly that brain is going to categorize as too safe to repeat. Oh, I had a bad experience. Again, it's like if you go to a restaurant, maybe you ate there once and it was really good, and then the second time you ate there, all the food was burnt and nasty and you spent a lot of money, and you're like, oh, well, I'm not going there again. We can think of times in our life when we have applied this. There's a brand of hot sauce that Mark really likes. It's everything bagel flavored hot sauce, and he was buying new bottles, and it was like this very white, creamy hot sauce with all the everything bagel seasoning. Yeah. Then he placed an order for it, and everything, it wasn't expired, but the bottle, everything in it was really dark.
Yeah, the sauce came out gray, like they cooked it too long with the sesame seeds in it, and the oil was all separated. And with the bottle the way that it is, there's literally no way to even remix it. I would have to take it all out and like blend it. And
he's gonna probably place another order for it, but we kept those bottles unopened for it's been probably like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And you were ordering it regularly.
Yeah.
And then you just stopped ordering it.
Yeah, because it just wasn't great.
Because your brain flagged it as unsafe to repeat.
Yep, I'm giving it one more shot and then I'm not doing it.
See?
Not a bagel sauce, it's everything bagel seasoning.
Yeah, it's everything bagel hot sauce.
It's probably one of the best hot sauces I've ever had. It is genuinely good.
So let's get into the actionable tips. That thank you message. Write it like it's a friend, not write it like it's a script. Write it cute, write it friendly, write it whatever your brand voice is. For me, it was having a really cute picture of me and Taylor, and me sending them a genuine thank you for supporting my small business. And when you shop small, you support a real person. That was the message that I wanted them to receive from me. And it was, it was a really cute and effective way to communicate that to my customers, but it also helped to prevent, if anything were to go wrong with a package. Thankfully, it didn't happen very often. But when they open that package and they see a picture of me, they're not going to rush and leave an angry review immediately. They're going to see, oh, this is a friendly person. I'm going to message them. Those little bits of psychology are so powerful. We have an entire lesson in HAA just about smile psychology, because smile psychology is so powerful. We want to make sure that we're using some packaging inserts that remind our buyers who we are and why their purchase was so impactful for us. So for example, saying, you just supported a handmade artist. I did a couple different examples here, but the reason I included this little one is trying to get one with your face in there. Even if it's like a little animated character, it really does help, because people are more likely to connect if they see a human face. Human faces are very powerful. Okay, moving on. The science of belonging. This one is one that people like to dispute, but it is super duper powerful, and without it, trends wouldn't exist. So people, they don't just want to buy from an Etsy shop. They want to be a part of something. They want to join tribes. And a lot of people might say, oh, well, my shop isn't like that. The fact that the person was shopping on Etsy in the first place, they're already part of a tribe. Etsy is the tribe. They want to shop from Etsy. And you can even create a micro tribe within Etsy. So they might buy from Etsy so that they can feel good about shopping on Etsy. And when someone says, oh, that's so cute, where'd you get it? I bought it on Etsy. There's a lot of recognition that just comes from saying, I bought it on Etsy. Because Etsy itself is a tribe of people who shop to support other small creators and who are looking for something unique and interesting. These are a couple things that I think we can all agree have created tribe mentality. Stanley Cups. Nobody cared about Stanley Cups until that TikTok video came out of that, burnt up car with the Stanley Cup in it. And then women were literally throttling each other in Targets trying to get Stanley Cups. Labubus. I cannot believe how powerful these little ugly things are. I mean, they're kind of cute, but just the way that I don't know, the behavior is ugly. I cannot believe that something so silly has become such a trendy thing. But they're everywhere. I see them literally everywhere. They are literally clipped on everyone's bags. I see them on rear view mirrors. I even see men that have them clipped on their belt loops. We just watched a video today about men who are walking around with them clipped on.
What are they called? The performative males.
Yeah, they're all over the place. And it's not because there's anything special about them. I just had to buy one reluctantly for our niece who was turning 6, who told everyone that her awesome Aunt Starla would find her a Labubu, and then I was locked in and didn't have a choice. But, once I opened it and I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, this is cute. It's not $70 cute, which is how much I paid for it secondhand. But it's all about belonging. It's about having a symbol of authority. Prime. I don't get it. My daughter brought one home and I tasted it. It was disgusting. But if you've got a teenage boy or, maybe a teenage girl even, you've probably seen these nasty things floating around. They taste awful, but it's an authority thing. You walking around drinking your Prime. So I talked about, the big community, which is Etsy, but you can create those micro communities. The alphas are an example of a micro community. You can create an email list. Email lists are so powerful. They are the most valuable form of marketing. When a business decides to sell, when they want to sell their business, the first question that anyone interested in buying will ask is, do you have an email list and how big is it? Because that is where the value is. That is where the money is. But you could also have a Facebook group for your community, some type of VIP club, or if you want to do it real easy, Instagram stories. Your followers know that is an exclusive piece of content from you that only lasts for 24 hours. So you can show little sneak peeks and little inside looks. And here's me working on a new product. Here's a poll. Which color do you like more, blue or red? Here's me drinking my coffee next to my work table. Here's what my work desk looks like. Oh, I'm coming up with some new digital designs. There's so many different ways to utilize Instagram stories to make someone feel like an insider. For those who are more internet savvy, maybe you're younger or you have a trendier brand, Twitch, Rhinus Leatherworks, they're one of our students. They created some armor for the season 4 of Lucifer, but they do Twitch streams and they make really cool leather armor, but they have a cool, like, you know, fantasy themed Twitch stream. Patreon, that's my micro community if you guys are interested in joining that. But Patreon, there's tons of artists who have Patreon accounts where they post exclusive artwork. And, you know, if they're artists, they do like phone wallpapers and desktop wallpapers and exclusives that you can get by joining. YouTube channels, those are communities. And Discord, that's a private place where people can chat, which, again, we're working on it. Yeah, Mark's working on our Discord. But
ran into a little bit of an issue that's causing a delay. The bot that we initially used while still on the Discord is not connected to the interface, and I'm afraid to just push it and break everything and have to restart. So,
but
yeah.
Either way, these are just a couple examples. TikTok accounts. I mean, there's lots of ways to create micro communities. And then you want to reward that brand loyalty by giving those people in your micro communities some sneak peeks. Like, here's what I'm working on. Maybe offer them an insider discount. Hey, only people who watched my Instagram story get to know about this super secret 30% off discount code. You can do product shaping polls. Do you like red or green? Do you like the gold necklace or the silver necklace? These help people feel like they're a part of your brand and that they're helping to design products. And you can even do some type of early limited access. I actually did this for my my first business, Art by Starla and Marc. I sold jewelry. And in my Facebook group, I would do limited releases and they would get early access. So basically, I would post a product. I would do a live stream in the group. And I would show them a picture of the product. And then whoever commented first would get the link to purchase that product. And then on the Etsy side, I would have that product listed, but the very first thumbnail image would say something like, you know, Key Club exclusive, do not order. It would just be like a black image. And then they would know that that's their item to place, you know, their order, which is how I sold out of everything so quickly, because they felt like it was a, you know, insider thing that they only had access to, which, I mean, it was. So these are just a couple ways that you can reward that brand loyalty. So this is, you know, just one final little tidbit of info. If you've listened to all this and you're still not convinced, returning customers spend up to 67% more per purchase on average. That means that if they've bought one thing from you, they're more likely to come back and place a nice big order with you. If they order one of your candles and they really like it, they're more likely to come back to your shop and buy a bunch of candles for the whole family. So this is why those return customers are so valuable, and it is so worth going the extra yard to nurture them. Stay in your chair, Mr. Man. Okay, moving on. Lots of psychology today. The trust compounding effect.
Heck yeah.
Remember, trust is so important. We want to build that trust. We want to create great experiences, because trust, getting it the first time is really hard, but continuing to nurture your audience can help to maintain your trust, and it helps them to be more likely to come back to buy again. So every 5-star review in your shop, every super nice message you send your customers, all those polite messages, and an awesome unboxing experience. All of those things will compound like interest. All of those things will equate to the complete experience that the individual has. Obviously, the end experience is going to be the most powerful, but let's assume that you have fantastic packaging and you know that that experience is going to be good, but you also, you know, you've got great reviews and they've seen those before they place the order, and you were really polite and you let them know, you know, thank you for placing an order with me. Here's when I'll be shipping it, and you kept them up to date, and then they had a great unboxing experience. All of those things are going to help compound that trust. Not to mention social proof, one of my favorites and a great one that you can utilize on social media. There are a lot of different ways to deliver social proof, and thankfully Etsy does a lot of that hard work for us. Not only are your reviews right front and center, But when someone clicks on a listing, they will see reviews for that specific listing first, if that item has reviews, as well as customer photos. So again, people who already trust you, they're going to require a lot less persuasion to buy again if they decide to purchase again later. So you can take those pieces of social proof, good reviews, great customer photos, encouraging people to share unboxing videos on social media so that you can share them. You can reuse those pieces of social proof in your marketing posts. If somebody adds a really great photo to their Etsy review, and it's just perfect, chef's kiss, beautiful photo, you can message them and say, oh, I appreciate your review so much and your picture was great. Do you mind if I use it on my Instagram? And that is some easy content for you. It's called user-generated content, content that is generated by your users. Next is emotional storytelling. So this one is really special. Customers return to brands that they emotionally connect with. Mr. Moore, I forgot to tell you, are you capturing desktop audio?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
Is there a way to do that?
Yeah.
Can we get that going? I'm sorry, I forgot. Not recording, like, will it play for them to hear?
Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, give me a minute.
Sorry, I forgot I'm playing a video. So what I'm going to show you guys next, though, is an example. This was recorded 9 years ago with my first business, Art by Starla and Marc. I told you, I sold jewelry. I was really big on creating emotional experiences with my products because my products were keepsakes. It's just music that plays. Hopefully they can hear
I don't know
it.
which one it is, so hopefully it's not just blaringly loud immediately because didn't set this up ahead of time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can control.
I'm gonna watch. Just go to the video. Sorry if your eardrums blow out.
I can turn it down immediately from the thing. Okay, so basically what you're about to see is an example of me trying to create an emotional story with my product. I recorded this with like the oldest, crappiest camcorder. I edited it with like free editing software and I put some free stock music on it. This is gonna look really cute. It took no effort to put together. I just borrowed my neighbors when Mark was enlisted. We just borrowed a neighboring family.
Play it.
And then I'll turn it down.
It doesn't appear that any audio is coming out.
That's all right. Don't worry. They can just watch.
There's no audio.
They can just watch. It's pretty Christmas music.
Yeah. It's broke.
It's fine. Shh.
What do you mean, shh? There's no audio that they listen to.
But they got to be immersed in the experience. The music really does make the experience, though. Just imagine really emotional Christmas music playing. This video is still on my channel if you guys want to go back and watch it. It's from long, long ago. Casey, this girl is a grown woman now.
With babies.
Yes, she does have a baby. She has a child, not even a baby anymore. And all this was filmed like right down the street from our house. But we could pass it off as some deployment area.
Sure.
Mr. Jim?
He's retired now.
He is. And the music swells right here. And it's very emotional. And Casey has the same key. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that lovely? But anyway, that's emotional storytelling. So we want to think about what emotions does your brand create? It's the first thing we cover in Handmade Alpha Academy, but it's something that you guys should definitely think about. What emotions do you want people to feel when they encounter your brand? Do you want them to feel calm, joy, nostalgia, excitement, silly, mad? I know you wouldn't think that you would want someone to feel mad, but political brands do it all the time. What do you want people to feel when they encounter your brand? And it's also important to remember, how do the colors and the branding that you utilize in your shop help to create that experience? Because colors are one of the number one things that dictate our moods and how we perceive a brand. So how can you reinforce that in every single listing that you post, every single social media post you make? If you're doing email marketing, how can you reinforce it? Or even just private messages with your customers and the photos that you take of your products. You know what I really hate is when I'm looking at a shop that looks high end, but then like their photos just look dirty. If your photos look dirty, I'm going to assume your products look dirty. All right. So moving on to the forever funnel. This is the last part, I swear, but it is the most powerful. So we want people to buy from us again and again. We want them to become our forever customers. So first, we have discovery. This is where they might see you on social media. And they think, oh, wow, I love Betty's handmade mugs. This is really cool. I'm really interested in this mug. And, this might be where the rule of 7 comes in. Maybe they see your brand 7 times and they see cool pictures of Betty making mugs in her stories and Instagram reels and Instagram posts. And finally, after 7, maybe that person says, man, I've got to get myself one of these. I love these mugs. I've been debating it, but I can't wait anymore. I'm going to go ahead and purchase one of these beautiful handmade mugs. So they add that item to their cart. They're waiting. They're so excited. And then comes the delight. They open that package. They see, oh, it's packaged so cute. And there's a little handwritten thank you note. And the seller made such a fantastic experience. So this is where the trust kicks in, right? They've made their purchase. They were a little nervous. Will the mug arrive broken? Is it as good as it looks online? And then they're delighted when they receive it. Then that forms a memory, right? They start to remember your brand. And guess what? They physically own that product. So every time they see that product, they remember this was handmade. Betty's hands made this. Every time they see your brand again on social media, oh, I have one of Betty's mugs. Oh, I love watching Betty make her mugs. Betty's my favorite creator. I need some more of Betty's mugs. So they return and they buy again. Hopefully again and again and again. And then very few people will reach the last stage of this. The last stage is obviously ideal, but if they return once or twice, that's awesome. That's perfect. But some people, and I'm sure if you have customers like this, let me know. I had a cult following for my keys. There were literally people who bought display cases for their skeleton key necklaces. It was insane. But you might, if you're lucky, be able to form advocacy. So these are the individuals who become collectors of your products. They buy lots of your products. They have formed such brand loyalty to you that they recommend you to all their friends. They post pictures of your products on their social media. They buy your products around Christmas time to give as gifts. We're like that with Holzkern watches.
Yep.
We watch Holzkern watches. Yep. We watch their watches all the time. And if they have a new watch that is just beautiful, we use it as an excuse to buy each other a gift, a new watch. I bought Mark that watch, and that's what, your 4th Holzkern watch I've bought you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I bought you too.
Yep. And you have a Holzkern bracelet too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Came with the first watch you got me.
And I'm sure you guys have brands like this too. I've got a lot of things that I collect. I am a collector. I collect things. I'm like a little trash bandit. I swear. I find something that I enjoy, and then I have to own more of that thing, which is why
like our wall of Saki stuff we never use.
Yeah, and
It's super pretty though.
And my Squishmallows collection.
I contributed to that a lot.
Yeah, some of those are your Squishmallows. But regardless, we see advocacy all the time, and hopefully you guys can build up to that point. It's really hard. Not every customer is going to become a brand advocate, but if you can aim for the return, that's still awesome. Now, here's the crazy thing, and hopefully this isn't you, or if it is you, hopefully today's webinar has convinced this to not be you, and maybe you'll move towards, the full funnel. Most sellers stop at step 2. The customer discovers their product and they purchase it. And you don't go through the delight and the memory and the return and the advocacy. It's purchase and then done. Oh, they place the order, pack it up, it's out the door. No more. No more stress. It's over. You've got to nurture every stage of this experience. And again, control the end. Please, if I know it's hard for POD, but if you're not POD, if you're packing things up and sending them, please focus on the delight. Go buy some tissue paper in your branding colors and package it up if you don't know where to start. That at least it's somewhere. Vistaprint has sales all the time. Order yourself some really cute insert cards. You can go on Canva. They even have templates, like business card templates and insert templates and postcard templates. Create something cute that you can stick in those packages, or write something out by hand and scan it and print a couple copies. There's so many ways that you can nurture this. And never stop at that sale. That's where the real marketing begins. Once you've made one sale, you've already got your foot in the door. There's so much more that you can do after you've already established that initial trust. So, guys, thanks so much for joining. If you enjoyed the webinar, please consider donating to our charity, St. Jude Children's Hospital. They provide life-saving services. They do cancer research, and for the holiday season, we love supporting them because they do so much for the kids. They help families pay for cancer treatment, but they bring Santa to the kids. They decorate, they bring gifts to the kids. It is just an amazing organization to support this close to the holiday season. If you joined late, make sure you grab a screenshot of this. This is our full Webvember schedule. We are going to be here every single Friday. We're always here every Friday, but we're hosting a webinar every single Friday through November. And then on December 1st, Handmade Alpha Academy enrollment opens. If you really loved this format and the psychology stuff, this is just the surface layer. Handmade Alpha Academy is a deep dive into brand psychology, marketing psychology. We have students in HAA who have degrees in business and marketing and who say that they learn more in Handmade Alpha Academy than they ever did going to college, which I've spoken at colleges. And when I talk to these business students, half the time they don't even know the things that I teach in HAA. They've never heard of them. It's insane to me. But anyway, December 1st through the 5th, we're going to be here every day critiquing Etsy shops for 1 hour. So that is our annual critique week, biannual critique week. We do it twice a year. We've got an Etsy naughty and nice list. So the things that can get you on Etsy's naughty list. And then December 19th is our annual Alpha holiday party where we play games and give out prizes. And drink nog. Consider checking that out. We also just started this week our Alpha Angels Holiday Help Initiative in our Facebook group, which is linked down in the video description. Basically, if you need help buying something for your kids this holiday season, or if you need some essentials, whether it be household essentials, whether it be food, because we know that a lot of families are struggling right now with SNAP benefits being taken away. If you guys need anything, you can build an Amazon wish list and post it there. And an Alpha Angel volunteer, which we do need volunteer, so please consider also joining the group and following the thread to volunteer. They will purchase that wish list for you. Last year, we had every single wish list purchased. No one went without on the thread. So please don't be afraid to post your wish list if there's genuinely something that you need this holiday season for your family or your children. We're here to help. And if you're curious about joining and helping to purchase some of these wish lists, we're going to be putting every single person who purchases a wish list in a drawing during the Alpha holiday party to win a prize. I don't know what the prize is yet. I haven't decided, but it'll be something.
Bag of poop.
It won't be a bag of poop. It'll be something cute.
It'll be a bag of poop.
Handmade Alpha Academy, that's opening December 1st. Again, this is a 9-module self-paced program. You can start at any time. If you can't start December 1st, no biggie. If you want to wait till New Year's, to do like New Year's resolution, game up your Etsy shop and marketing, that's fine as well. This is my self-paced, man, this is my,
The OBS capture is just elite level editing.
I know. This is my self-paced Etsy coaching program. I built this program 7 years ago, and we still have students in there who they still message me for help along the way, because what you get with HAA is so much more than a course. You also get lifetime support. You can message me anytime you need help. I'm here to help you. You get 12 months of eRank Pro. You get annual access to our Alpha Holiday Boot Camp, which is awesome. That is something to help you game up for Q4, and that takes place every September. Plus, you get all the replays of that. You get the Product Photography Essentials Workshop course by Coach Christina Nicole. Normally, that's $300 on its own, and you get that included with your membership. Plus, you get all the incentives that we send out to our Patreon people. So yeah, there is a waiting list linked down below in the video description. Opting into that does not obligate you to buy the program, but it does ensure that you get an email right when doors open on December 1st. So if you are excited for this and you don't want to miss it, because we only keep it open for 10 days, Mark and I are only 2 people. We can't keep it open all the time. You can join that email list so you don't miss it. But the enrollment window is December 1st through the 10th. After that, we will not open again until June. So if you want in, you got to do it during that window. Lastly, we also have a very affordable alternative if you just want some trend insights and you want some tips from Starla, and if you want to get your shop entered for a random shop critique, or if you want some cool marketing templates for Canva. I also am creating downloads and checklists and cheat sheets every single month. Our Patreon is the place to go. Extremely affordable. Trend Tracker, if you just want the trends, you can do that for $5. Alpha Insider, that's going to get you trends, insights, and it's going to also get you some templates and checklists and downloadable resources every single month. And then Alpha Gold Star, that's the price of a Grand Slam breakfast each month, but it also enters you in for a critique, and it will get you in the list for Starla's shop picks. So basically, I will use your brand as an example of all the things that you're doing right, but then I'll also offer you a tip. So that is a really great way to stay in the community, to help us. Basically, what you are being is a sponsor to us. We don't take paid sponsorships from big brands. Nobody likes being told what to buy. Instead, we allow you guys to be our sponsors. So if we recommend something here on my channel, you know it's because it's something I actually use and enjoy, not because a brand has paid me to do so. But you guys get to sponsor us, and we get to give you cool stuff in return. November incentives, they're already available and they're dripping out. There is a incentives calendar for those of you who are just now joining the Patreon. There's an incentives calendar that tells you what days all of the incentives are releasing. But the November Trends Digest, that's 25 pages, 24 pages. It's already out. The November Shop Critique Roulette has already started. You guys are also going to be getting Canva templates. Here's an example of some of the awesome marketing templates I've created. And you're going to be getting a Cyber Week checklist to help get your Etsy shop ready for Cyber Week. And you're getting an amazing holiday graphics pack where I have actually photographed and cut out each of these images for you, so they are super crispy, 4K, high resolution, awesome. If you want to use those for marketing, you can add them straight into Photoshop or Canva or whatever you use. Mr. Moore, can you please put the Patreon in the chat?
I sure will.
Awesome.
I think I already have it. No, I don't, because
All right. So Mr. Moore will stick that in the chat, and I think
we Gucci?
I think we're done. Mr. Moore will add the Patreon for you guys.
Got about 20 minutes for questions if you guys want to post them in.
Yeah. They don't have to be about the topic. If you have questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, I especially like, you can email me with those if you want to. I especially like answering those live. I feel like I can be more authentic with you guys. No questions are off the table when it comes to asking us stuff. It's your money. Obviously, I don't want there to be any weirdness or, smoke and mirrors. And there are a lot of sketchy coaches out there. So if you have a genuine question about HAA, feel free to ask it here. We've got tons of students in the chat as well. And our students can vouch that it is the best dang thing that they've taken when it comes to programs. We don't have bad reviews. You Google us, you can't find any. I've wanted HAA since you started it, had the money for it twice, but life got in the way. It happens, and this season especially is really hard. Now my brain and health just can't. That's okay though. That's why we're here. I am never going to stop creating content and webinars and fun things here on YouTube.
Well, there's so many people asking for the Tiffany story. You might as well just tell it.
Oh, the Tiffany story. Oh yeah, thank you guys for remembering. So go ahead and get your questions in while I'm telling the story.
Probably won't have any time for it once you're done.
No, it's short. It's short and embarrassing.
I know that feeling. Got her.
Mark and I. So we're celebrating our 15-year anniversary this year. Our wedding anniversary. We got married when we were 18. We were really young. Anyway, Mark and I last year, we went to Columbus or Cincinnati. Where's Kenwood at? Cincy?
Kenwood? I don't know. Columbus.
Okay. Anyway.
Kenwood Mall. It is in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. We got a nice fancy hotel in Cincinnati. And we went out to this really nice bougie mall that has like fancy stores, like a Gucci store, and like our mall down the street.
It's all right.
Yeah, we've got like Buckle
Lulu.
and Hot Topic. We don't even have a Lulu at the mall.
Green.
That's at the Green, right? There's no.
That is also a mall.
There's no fancy stores though. So we went there. We wanted to check out some fancy stores, you know. And we went into Tiffany & Co. because obviously I use them in HAA for examples. They have the most iconic branding. They're like my favorite brand to study for marketing. They are timeless. Everybody knows Tiffany & Co.
Yep.
So we went in there and I noticed that there were no prices on anything. But Mark was like, you know what? You should get yourself something for our anniversary. You know, he hadn't spent, you know, a bunch of money on me for our anniversary or anything. We decided to keep it like a low spend. The trip was the thing. He didn't get me like a big crazy gift. I didn't get him a big crazy gift. We figured we would just splurge a little bit, get ourselves something nice as our gifts at this nice mall.
I'm weird with fancy clothing. I do have quite a bit of fancy clothing.
Yeah, and you got yourself a nice All Saints sweater.
Yeah, I got a sweater and I also got a shirt.
Yeah. He got himself some nice bougie clothes. And I went into Tiffany & Co. And I thought, well, I'll get myself something little, you know, I'll just get myself something small. So I was looking through all the necklaces and things, and I'm like, you know, I don't have any, aside from my engagement ring, which I'm not even wearing, I don't have expensive jewelry. I'm not an expensive jewelry kind of person. Anything that I have is relatively affordable.
Something I've bought her most of the time.
Right, but it's not like thousands of dollars expensive or anything like that.
No, we don't usually. I splurge like that on myself, but she's not that kind of person.
I'm just not. I don't want to get mugged and have my jewelry stolen off me.
I do.
But anyway.
Looking for it.
So, I thought, you know what? I don't have anything that I consider like super nice jewelry. I'm going to get myself a nice necklace. And I went through and they had these real little teeny, it's like a little disc. It's only like this big, little tiny mother of pearl necklace. And it's just on a little gold disc with teeny tiny little diamonds all around.
It's a lot of diamonds, to be fair.
Yeah, but they're teeny tiny. And there was like a big one, a medium sized one, and then one that was like this big. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just go with the safe bet. I'll go with the little one. I'm sure it's the cheapest one.
She doesn't like gaudy jewelry anyway.
No. And I was talking to the lady and I kind of let her know about like, yeah, I teach brand psychology. I talk about brand psychology. Like I even went to the University of Dayton and talked about brand psychology. And I said it would be really nice for me to wear, you know, when I'm doing things like this, to actually have a necklace from the brand that I talk about so much. So, you know, she was very nice and she helped me pick it out and tried it on and all that. And I told her, I said, okay, this is my card and I have enough to cover this on this card. This is my savings. I've got a nice big savings on this card. This is my card. I do not want to see the cost of this necklace. I just want you to swipe the card, pack it up. I'll worry about the cost later because if I know how much it costs, I'm going to chicken out. because I'm just like, oh my God, it's going to be like $500, $700, $1,000. I was so scared. And so she's like, all right, that's fine. And she closes it up and gets it all packaged cute and swipes my card, and my card declined. I'm like, oh my God, I know that there's enough money on it. It was the bank. The bank declined the card.
I knew how much it was, to be fair.
So I told Mark, I said, okay. I said, we'll just use your card, and right when we leave, we'll just transfer, we'll transfer it from my account to your account. No biggie. We did.
She was mad.
And I saw the price of the necklace. It was $4,000. I've worn this necklace like 4 times because I'm so scared I was like, that when we left, I didn't even put it on. I put it in the bag. I'm like,
I made her do it. She started to try to chicken out, and I was like, no, you deserve something nice. She literally never buys herself anything.
But I was 4,000. My family's driven cars. We've paid like $250 for. Like we did our grocery shopping at the Dollar Tree. We didn't have money. We never owned it. We never had a new car. We lived in a half double. We didn't. $4,000. We could live months on that. And I felt so awful. So this has been a year. I've since come to terms with the fact that I bought an insanely expensive necklace. I don't wear it I'm not wearing it right now. I'm going to take it on our trip for our anniversary trip. But I told my daughter, who is about to turn 14, I said, don't you bury me in this necklace. No. When I die, you do not bury me in my jewelry. This is an heirloom. Here's the story of it, and you pass this down forever.
It's literally an heirloom piece. That's why you spend that kind of money. Here's the thing. To mildly justify it, a couple times a year, we really don't spend a lot of money on vacations and food. No, we don't have it. A couple times a year, I will take her to like a real suit and tie, like high quality, $400 or $500 a person dinner.
Michelin star.
Like near Michelin. We don't have any Michelin star anywhere near us, but as high quality as it can get. And I want her to feel like she's living the experience while we're there. Not just somebody who like can barely afford this. This isn't for us. No, nice clothing, a nice necklace, a nice watch, to feel it. Because I'm not the kind of person who feels like anybody should live in luxury. Nobody should be a billionaire. I'm that kind of person. But I do feel like every once in a while, to give yourself that like feel good feeling, like I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna make myself feel fancy. I could feel, everybody deserves that.
I could feel like that with $100 necklace though.
If I could take her to a ball, I would do that instead. But that doesn't exist. We live in Ohio. Nobody does that here anymore. So instead, the only thing we can do is go to a nice, like, expensive dinner once or twice a year.
But that's the story of how I bought the most expensive thing I've ever bought. For those who don't know, Mark and I, we live in a tiny house. Our house is tiny.
Oh, yeah. It's like 1,500 square feet. It's small.
Tiny. Like our bed, we have a king size bed, and there's no room to walk.
Yeah, there's like 3 feet on either side of the bed.
We got to walk sideways around the bed to get around the bed. Like, our kitchen is so small that only one person can be in it at a time. Like, we live very modestly, I think. So
for the most part, yeah.
For me, that was very but I'm still mad about it even a year later, but I've come to terms with it. And I've always thought to myself, you know what? If I ever need to sell the thing, then it's like I got a cash cow sitting around. That's where my brain goes. I'm like, I got a cash cow, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's how I am I've got a few custom guitars that I could flip in a day. Right. They're assets. They're things that you can flip.
That is not the type of money that I spend on myself, though.
No, definitely not.
But did we have any questions?
Yeah, we had a couple.
Sure,
we got about 10 minutes. Miranda said, I got 5 1-star reviews. The customer is not responding to my efforts to help her. How long should I wait before I do a public reply?
Depends on when she left him. That's insane. What a brat. Was it because of the mail delays, I assume? I would give it That's really up to your preference, but we are approaching the holiday season, so I would do it before Cyber Week, before Cyber Week, Etsy's big Cyber Week sale starts. Maybe give it one more week. I know it festers, doesn't it? I had somebody leave a review like that in our Etsy shop. And it was a print quality issue. That's just something that happens with POD. It's why it's like I love the fact that POD like makes things easier, but quality control, like I was super mad. Anyway, yeah, it's really up to you, but I would try to respond to it before Cyber Week begins, and try, do what you can to try to, if you need to use the SSAR swipe files, those are available at, Miranda, you're an HAA, you can get the HAA versions, but alphasugar.com for those who might be experiencing something similar. If you want to increase your rate of positive reviews, those can definitely help. But yeah, that's tough. And
She said it was because Pitney Bowes tracking is invalid.
Oh yeah. So that's outside of your control. It's unfortunate.
If it's because of a tracking issue, then I would report it.
It won't be unless they mention it. They have to mention it in the review.
It could also be in the conversation if there was a conversation had.
No, it doesn't sound like the person's talked to her at all.
Yeah.
But a couple bad reviews.
Galactic Hour said, on Etsy, my owner picture is gone from my Etsy store. Should I add a picture to my Etsy banner or down on my About Me, or both?
Both. In HAA, and you're in HAA. In HAA, in module, oh man, guys, when do I talk about shop cover photos? I can't even remember. Module 6. Had to think about that. Module 6, we talk about putting a photo of yourself right on your banner because, it helps. It really, that's where we talk about smile psychology. So I would highly recommend watching that. But short answer is, if you're comfortable with it, then totally. Big smiling face. Thankfully, I know that you have a very warm, big, cheery smile. I think that would be a fantastic idea. What we got?
Somebody said that the free trial for E-Rank isn't working.
Can you do me a favor? I've had a couple people say that, and our staff guys at E-Rank keep telling me that it does work. They keep telling me that there's no issues with it. Message our support girls, support@erank.com. Just send them an email. Say, hey, I'm one of Starla's alphas. I'm trying to use her link to sign up for the 30-day free trial. And for some reason, I can't get the link to work. Starla told me to email you. I would start there.
Does HAA exclusively focus on handcrafted selling? Nope. We have emails. We've had a couple people refund and say that that's the case. It's absolutely positively not the case.
The word handmade is more that you are building your business.
You are the handmade person. You are hand making your business.
Right. Handmade, like you. But no, it
hindsight, right?
I know I should have that. I wish I could go back and rename my brand, but no, it does not exclusively have to be handmade.
I really hate the way that Apple's like, yeah, well, you can scroll, but like halfway through your scroll, we're going to scroll on the main page instead.
The chat just woo. Why is it called Alpha Sugar? Because I was trying to think, no, I used it for something else. Oh, I think I used it for...
You used it when you worked with somebody else who used cupcakes for branding. So we did sugar, and then we were like, we already have the domain, we'll reuse it.
Yeah, that's right. I already own the domain, and I figured I own the .com. I might as well use it for something. I own a lot of domains.
The Widow one was 4K. Yeah, the little one was 4K. The big one was like 10.
I have no idea actually how much the big one costs, but
I think it was 10, either 10 or 12.
It was like this big. It's like this big. It's like half the size of a dime.
Half of it's the name. I mean, it's real gold, real mother of pearl, and a buttload of very high clarity diamonds. So
it's pretty.
It is extremely pretty.
I'm terrified of it. I'm intimidated by it.
When light hits it, it looks like something expensive.
I'm wearing it. Sometimes you see me wearing it. Occasionally I have it on stream, but I almost feel ashamed of wearing it on stream or on YouTube videos because I don't want people to think that I just buy myself jewelry like that. Like, oh, that's what she does with all her Handmade Alpha Academy money. She goes and buys $4,000 necklaces. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was a one-time thing for the most part. We just buy lots of food. We're food people.
Said 1,500 square foot is not tiny. It is. It is very tiny when you have two people that both need individual studios. So we share this space. This back room back here, if I ever want to actually do anything musical, I have to spend 45 minutes to an hour completely setting up my studio after spending 30 minutes tearing down her studio. And then she has her workspace that's on the other side of that room. Well, we have no kitchen.
What country are they from? Because the size of homes is very different. For the U.S., our house is very small.
There is no escape from work at any point in time. Our living room is the only spot where we can get away from the fact that we work.
And our kitchen is in our living room.
Our kitchen is quite literally in our living room. We have no dining room.
No.
It just doesn't exist. The dining room is just where we keep stuff.
We do not have a dining room table.
Nope.
Because if we put one in the house, there would just be there's not enough room to navigate around it.
Like,
so
it seems selfish to say that it's small, but when you're talking about people who have individual workspaces, like 1,500 square feet is about how much I need just for my stuff, not including everything else.
Right. Is that counting the garage too?
No.
Oh, okay.
The garage counts a little bit more. It's about 1,800 square feet with the garage.
Starfall ball. I want a starfall ball. He finished Throne of Glass. He cried. He finished it though. We finished it together.
I have to admit, I don't know which course to invest in because there are so many. I do POD, and this one is this one more for handcrafted? Nope.
No, I'm POD.
It does not matter what you sell.
Don't be deceived by the handmade in the handmade alphas. It's
yes.
You are hand making your business, not that the products are handmade. I dare say that our POD sellers are, they probably make up maybe 30%, 25% of students? Probably about 30 now.
POD?
Yeah.
It's probably half.
Really, you think?
Yeah. Half, and then, I mean, follow Etsy's trend. However they're laid out, that's about how our customer base is going to be. The majority are going to be POD right now, with handmade being the next, and vintage and whatever being
we've got like
the smallest.
2,000 students now.
No.
We've got
I think we have like 1,300 people on our website.
We got 2,000 in the Facebook group.
Well, yeah, because they have spouses.
I count spouses. If you're taking the program together, you're a student.
Whatever.
I totally count spouses.
One account is one student, even if it's 5 people. That's how my brain works.
If you're sitting with your husband and he's, maybe he's got his own Etsy shop or he helps you in yours, I would consider you both students. We have
only a monster wouldn't cry after Kingdom of Heaven. Here's the thing: if you don't cry when you're reading books, then you're an unfeeling monster.
I agree.
I feel like you should be able to connect to books, and if you can't connect to books in that way, psychiatry or a diagnosis of some kind of something. No, I mean seriously, like you might be neurodivergent in a way where you don't process emotions in a way where you can register them.
Who's your favorite character?
Don't have a favorite character.
Isn't that crazy? Lorcan's my favorite character.
I've never been a favorite character person. I have least favorite character people.
Lorcan is the best character.
Eh.
Lorcan is the best character. Shadow Daddies are always the best characters. What is KOA?
Doesn't Etsy sometimes delete reviews if they are identical?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Kingdom of Ash. It is the last book in the Throne of Glass series, and it is.
Pam said, "Can you let me know what link they're using?" It would be her link.
What link?
That they're not able to get the E-rank free trial.
Oh yeah, my link. It's down below, Pam. The /HAA, whatever it is. I would follow up with them again today because multiple people have messaged me about it. I would follow up with them today, but we're leaving literally right after the stream ends. So if you could just toss it at Sean. Toss it at Sean. Yes, Sean. Send it to Sean. Sean will know what it is.
Curious if your thoughts on my Etsy shop. I was scammed by my Etsy coach, 8K for 6 months.
I know who it is.
Yeah, we actually know who that is, and we feel very sorry for you. You would not be the first person that transitioned from them to us.
Yeah, that person, all you have to do is Google their name or go Google their name and then Reddit. They're not, I can't even say their name because they sue anyone who talks badly about them.
Yeah.
They're not a good person. That's
Perceived value tactics. Sorry you got...
I really wish I had some advice for you other than maybe try to dispute it with your credit card. That's what I've tried to tell people to
only
do.
if you didn't receive what you were promised. That's, trying to fight somebody that's got the money to sue. That's not...
$8,000 to me for...
That's something that would require probably a civil suit. So that's I wouldn't recommend doing that. Yeah. Do you think asking them to use the review photo to add one of the listing photos?
Yeah, sure. You could ask them. If it's a really good picture, I don't see anything wrong with that. They publicly posted it, so surely they don't care that the picture was posted.
If you have to decide on one analytical tool to get, should I get eRank, Everbee, or Profit Tree?
eRank.
eRank,
because eRank not only gives you way more than any other. I mean, I'm a manager at eRank, so I'm biased for sure. But eRank, because even if I wasn't a manager at eRank, not only does it give you fantastic keyword data for tons of marketplaces, not just Etsy. We also have keyword data for Teachers Pay Teachers, for Pinterest. We have up-to-date trend reports. We're constantly adding things. But you can also connect Google Analytics to it and get the most in-depth, like your traffic stats tool is going to be the most valuable thing because it will show you the exact keywords that someone used to find your listing. I mean, there are so many amazing things within eRank and most people just don't know how to find them all. Thankfully, you got my channel here. I've got tons of eRank tutorials, but we also have, for those who aren't aware, the eRank YouTube channel. Pam and I, Pam Duthie, who's here, we stream every Thursday. We live stream, and there's usually only like 50 people there. Go subscribe to that channel and watch some of the tutorials. We've got a fantastic community there as well. There's also a great Facebook group. Our support over at eRank is top-notch. All you have to do is open the little green chat bubble in the bottom right-hand corner and open up the chat with our gals, and they'll help you. You can ask them anything. If you need directed to something, do you have any resources? Do you have any education about this tool? They can guide you in the right direction.
We're talking about the average size of a house in the UK being 1,000 square foot. In the US, excluding apartments, it's 2,200 square feet.
Yeah, Amber and Scott were amazed when they were looking at, because we have a decent sized plot of land because we're on a corner, like a corner block. And they were like looking at all the empty space of our yard, and they're like, there would be houses here. That you could fit 10 more houses on this and build them up. It's just not how America is laid out, you know. I mean, there are places, you know, if you go to San Fran, the houses are all stacked up, but we're in Ohio. It's all cornfields.
We try not to name call.
Yes, we don't say the people's names here.
Yeah, we don't try to do all that.
We don't want it to turn into
we're not liable for what you say, but we still try not to.
There's a fine line between awareness and bullying and doxing.
No, she's a business owner and she's fully within her legal right to use perceived value and whatever. We just don't think that it's worthwhile value. We charge 1/8 of that, and I can't speak for the material in it, even though we know a lot of what she does teach, and ours is worth a lot more.
Right.
So we'll just leave it at that.
Ethical. That's
ethical.
Ethical is.
We not to try to blow smoke up our own butts, but we try to be the ethical course creators.
Absolutely. Which is why we're here all the time. We can't run from you. We can't.
Nope.
You will always be able to find us. You will always be able to confront us. If someone hated us, they would be in the chat blasting us live here and you would see it. Like it's not something.
I mean, I ban them, but.
Well, you ban them, but they would break through somewhere.
Oh, sure.
There's a couple people on Reddit who say that.
Talk crap.
Who talk
primarily
crap,
about me being abusive.
because he's got a strong personality. That does not mean abusive. That just means kinky.
Kinky.
Yeah. Don't
Speaking
yuck my
of
yum.
that, we have a trip to take. I think we're good for this. We love you guys. I'm gonna be posting on Monday. It won't be out at like midnight on Monday. My first recipe to the Patreon, I'm doing my tomato sauce that you can be, I mean, it's primarily a spaghetti sauce, but you can put it on whatever you want. And then additionally, I'll add little tidbits for garlic bread. And I used the leftovers to make shakshuka today. So I think I'm going to post how to do that as well.
Oh, you should have taken a picture of it.
I should have, but it's an additional bonus little thing. I mean, you literally just toss the sauce back in a pan and toss eggs into it till they're cooked.
If you want to make spaghetti that tastes like like if you were to go to the fanciest restaurant and get spaghetti, that is his recipe for spaghetti. It is so good. Nothing compares. You will never buy a jar of spaghetti.
Don't buy spaghetti sauce.
You
Please
will never
make your own spaghetti sauce.
You will never buy a jar of spaghetti sauce again. That because it's spaghetti's so easy and you can
it literally takes about 10 minutes.
And you can eat off of it for days. So Patreon subscribers, you guys are going to be getting that on Monday. The full spaghetti recipe.
Can the Discord have a recipe section? No, probably not, because I'm going to be posting them to Patreon as a paid thing. So
you mean for you guys to share, like easy?
Oh,
maybe like...
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Cool,
you guys can talk about food all you want. I don't care. I love food.
Yeah, we could do that.
I love food.
But guys,
Made
thanks.
some banana bread yesterday too.
He did. It was so good. He forgot the walnuts.
I forgot the walnuts, but it was still saucy.
All right, guys. Thanks. We're gonna go hide in the woods. It says it's a tree house, but it's just a house on stilts
In the woods.
in the woods. We're just going to play Scrabble and read. Taylor shamed me this morning, by the way. I packed up. We have Harry Potter Scrabble, and you get extra points for wizard words. I was packing it up, and Taylor, who is 13, by the way, looked at me and she went, "So you guys are going on a sexy trip, and you're packing Scrabble?"
Yeah.
I'm
pretty
like,
much.
yeah, Taylor, we're adults. Sometimes we like to get drunk on wine and play
Be naked and play Scrabble. Who cares? I don't care. That's exactly what's going to happen. Like 8 hours from now, we're naked playing Scrabble. And Matt, remember that.
Yeah.
When you send me an email about something at 10 o'clock tonight, we're naked playing Scrabble, drinking wine.
I'm not going to be naked. I get too cold.
She doesn't have a choice.
Shut up. I'll wear a blanket.
Yeah.
But the fact that our 13-year-old shamed us for packing Harry Potter's, I packed Harry Potter Scrabble. She thought that was inappropriate for a anniversary trip. Anyway, guys.
Somebody said, I'm confused. The course is $1,000, right? What's the difference to the $5, $15, $25 subscription? That's for Patreon, not our course.
Yeah.
The course is not included in Patreon. It's
Yes.
a completely separate
Right.
entity. Patreon is like a buy me a coffee and get extra stuff. The course is the course.
Right. Patreon is a way that you can help support the channel. If you guys enjoy these webinars and all the things that we do and all the things that we provide for free, that's just a way for you to be one of our sponsors, because I don't take paid sponsorships from brands. Most YouTubers do. That's how they are able to. Running a YouTube channel is freaking expensive, guys. Like
Yeah.
Premiere Pro, Storyblocks, all the things that
Canva,
all the things that you pay for.
Audio assets.
Storyblocks, our boom mic, have you guys ever wondered why YouTube live streams don't look as crispy as ours? It's because Mark invests. We make sure that we use the best stuff. We invest.
We are due for a new camera, but they're spicy right now. So it'll be a while.
This is the best camera that they've
10 years ago. This was the best camera 10 years ago.
They've never seen a YouTuber that has a camera as good as ours. I guarantee it.
It's the same camera Markiplier used like when he started his career.
Markiplier's a millionaire.
Yeah, well, he wasn't when he bought this camera.
Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We gotta go. We're out of here. I still gotta record a video.
Hide the pieces in your crack. Yeah, those are my prison letters.
Play the outro. Did you guys know Mark wrote the outro song? This is his composition.
Now, I want to be fair. I cannot play the saxophone.
You bought that asset.
I bought the saxophone as an asset. However, I wrote everything surrounding it. So I wish I could play sax. It's like one of the instruments, but I'm not going to annoy everyone in my house and the neighbors with me learning saxophone.
Appreciate it.
I love you guys. We will see you next week.
Bye.
My prison letters.